This is the dark side of charity YouTubers.
I've noticed every time I go on YouTube Shorts with Good Samaritan content.
If you give me $5, I'll give you whatever's under his cowboy hat. You got $5?
I don't think so. Maybe.
Oh, you got a 5. Congratulations. You just won $500.
Are you kidding?
Typically, they might ask them for $1.
This meta. Why do they have to swap the camera and write to the PCS?
Give them $500 back. Some sad music plays. They ask them, "Why did you do it, man? Why did you
Okay.
help me?" To which they'll reply, "You know, life's about giving. We all share. They'll give you some spiel. It makes you feel good, and then you swipe onto the next video of Andrew Tate shouting at you. You're broke. So we're going to explore this phenomena and work out why does it sometimes feel good to watch people do good things.
Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to give money to homeless people like YouTubers. Cue the music. And the point of this is not to promote ourselves, but to really give back to the community. Cut to camera 2, check camera 3, check camera 4. So let's go.
The music, of course, you have to have it.
Make a difference in someone's life.
Around 2013 on YouTube was evolving massively. People were starting to make real money from it, and one of the main forms of content was called
social experiment.
Social experiment.
Social experiment. Hey, could you do me a favor? I want to be your blueberry for the day. Oh man, kiss me.
Okay.
Oh, bro, it's a joke, bro. The camera, dude.
Bro, it's just a prank.
Creators were popping up left, right, and center, and they were getting very desperate for ideas. The more videos they could churn out, the more money that they were going to make. And
Yeah, in the hood pranks and
these
all.
ideas for social experiments were starting
So
to wear
bad.
thin. Like, there's only so many gold diggers in LA you can go up to.
We're exposing gold diggers. Whoa, whoa, dude. Say hi to your husband.
And there's only so many Walmarts you can get banned from. There was one thing that was
Well,
left, and that was
they're just wasting food.
homeless people.
Here's $100.
Oh, thank you, brother.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're liking it.
I mean, I don't mind this video that much.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty tricky trying to track down who was the first person to harass a homeless person with a camera, but one of the first I could find was Vitali. On July 30th, 2013, he released a video called Extreme Homeless Man Makeover. Obviously, it wouldn't be a YouTube title if it didn't have the word extreme in there.
You need work?
Yes, I need work.
What do you like? Anything, bro. Anything. It's your day. Anything. What?
I'm so happy, man.
So what's up, man? How does it feel to get a nice haircut?
Oh, it feels so good.
Okay, giving without any expectation. Just pretty good video, I
It was a
guess.
bit corny, it was a bit cheesy, but ultimately, Vitali
Got the job done.
In 2013, Give Back Films made a video where they gave $100 to homeless people.
Hey, here's $100.
Whoa, my God.
It doesn't really matter that the guy was kind of awkward and that when he was given the $100, he made it very clear for the camera's sake that it knew it was $100. Hey buddy, would you like $100? That aside, they did something nice. They filmed
Of course, you have to mention it.
spread positivity. It was a good thing. As well, in 2013, there was Getting a Homeless Man Home by the channel Whatever. It was pretty interesting seeing Whatever going from making content where they help the homeless to 9 years later making a podcast where they just berate OnlyFans.
Why don't you make me?
Yeah,
Because I have an opinion that differs from yours.
absolute shit show.
She's right. I mean, that's really
What?
hateful,
She's
bro.
not.
We'd see early videos from the channel Loft who would tip waitresses large amounts.
Of course, it has to be the prettiest girl ever for the YouTube clicks.
Well, we'd also see the mystery envelope trope begin in this video too.
So what do you think? $100 bill or envelope? You're going to go with the envelope. Okay, open it up.
Which creators now have literally built their entire lives upon this premise. But yet, in some of these videos, something was off. I would point to this video from FouseyTube in 2013, which was titled, in true YouTube style, all caps, "Homeless Man Gets Fresh Start!" exclamation mark. So this is a video by FouseyTube, and in the very beginning, he even mentions that he doesn't like the idea of filming homeless people.
Yeah, when we did good videos.
How's it going?
What's up?
You need a job?
Yes, actually, I do.
I want to take you through a full makeover.
How do you like your haircut?
Like, when you watch this video, it just feels very hammy. Any moment that someone does something nice, instantly some emotional music starts playing. There's very little delicacy to the editing and storytelling. It's really just pretty much, oh, you're meant to feel sad.
What is
Oh, you're
happening?
meant to feel happy now. But look, this isn't Christopher Nolan. This is FouseyTube. He's just going out doing something nice. But throughout the whole video, it just felt a little crude. It felt like he was really trying to show that the guy and him were friends, and
It's just
they
weird.
would do this weird, awkward handshake, which is just, it was like the Enigma code. We can be buddies because we can do this handshake thing. And it was lovely, sort of. Now, I don't know Fousey.
Because I gave you money.
I'm sure he's a fantastic gentleman.
How do I get out of depression? How do I do this? And you chose to ask me about drama. This is gonna go viral for you either way. No. Get the fuck away! Get the fuck away! No.
So you might be wondering, what was the response to this content? Well, mostly, people fucking loved it. Every comment was, you're a great person. You're fantastic. Can we just take a moment to appreciate you? I wish I was you. I wish my son was like you, because my son is a crackhead. In fact, you actually gave him $100 and he spent it all on drugs. I love you, Fousey. But, and there is a but, it did get some criticism. And when I say a bit of criticism, it got quite a lot of criticism. On the 24th of April 2015, Vice wrote an article, "Feckless YouTubers, the homeless are not tools of self-promotion." The homeless person in these videos is effectively a prop. The friendship shown to these people is pretty much paper.
And they couldn't understand your finance and how to get a job and all.
It feels a little weird because the YouTuber is profiting massively off of this video, far more than the homeless person will do. You know, if he gives away $100, then likely the YouTuber is getting thousands. And the underlying question that I think a lot of people wondered was, would you still be doing these nice acts if the cameras weren't rolling? And the criticism kept mounting and mounting. It was building up, and it led to a video from H3 Productions. Before we go any further with this video, I want to give a massive shout out to Squarespace. Squarespace is the #1 platform marketing at 10% off your first.
Who am I? Who am I? Say my name, baby. Say my name.
Feeding the Homeless H3 reaction video, which sits now at 15 million views. And this was really shown with Daniel Fernandez, who just absolutely tried to make himself look like Jesus when he gave a guy $1. And he was behaving like in that single act.
$1?
You see that? Look at that. Just because of that, you get to keep this.
Yes, so beautiful.
$1 Daniel. $1 you're gonna slow-mo and dramatic music me for $1, dude?
Him as well as Shoe Nice just got absolutely brutalized by H3.
Yes, plus $1 though.
Leading them to removing these videos. The criticism kept piling up. It was coming in thick and fast, and some of the creators would even respond. The Whatever channel responded to this criticism in a comment. They claimed that they would be happy if they even recouped expenses. It wasn't a low budget thing. They had to pay for flights, hotels, food, etc. And they said ultimately, even if it is on a small scale, they did something nice for this one person. And maybe that person will pay it forward one day. But anyway, by the mid-2010s, homeless content was one of the main pillars of YouTube content, along with Minecraft Let's Plays and people doing really shitty music video parodies. But just as the homeless content was coming to an end, one man would come along and completely shake up the entire game. mrbeast. With his video giving a random homeless person $10,000.
You want to take it? It's about $10,000. I'm not joking.
Out of the blue, for no reason, that was it, that was the premise, and he did it. And it's interesting when we reflect on this.
Keeping without any expectation, that's pretty good.
Knowing what he is now. He is a human algorithm. He just understands the YouTube algorithm. It is his brain.
I was offered $5,000 for a video, but this was when I was like 19. I was like, double it, and I'll walk outside and I'll give it to a homeless person. And they're like, no, you won't. That's like, double it. And I was like pacing around my neighborhood for 3 hours convincing this guy, like on the phone, just double the money. I promise the video will go viral.
And it wasn't 10,000 because 10,000 would buy him, I don't know, a home for a year or whatever. No, it was 10,000 because it would look good in a YouTube title. And he was right. The video got 10 million views and he went super viral and was able to do more content like this in future. But it's interesting watching this because you can see...
But why did he spend, homeless person spend the money on, you know?
In the filming, that mrbeast, he's a little aware there is something off about homeless people. They even said later in the video they didn't want to shove the camera in his face and ask him loads of personal questions. How did he become homeless? All that stuff. Because they knew that it would kind of be inappropriate.
I don't have much more footage because I didn't want to be like, hey, so tell me about living in a tent, you know, shoving a camera in his face the whole time. It just didn't seem genuine, and, you know, I just wanted to treat him like a normal person.
They said in the video that there'd be a follow-up to this video, and I don't think there ever was. And mrbeast received, obviously, lots of views, lots of praise, lots of rewards. But, as you're probably starting to understand, he also received criticism. To which he responded in a very honest way.
Homeless people don't care if I use them for views.
I'm not gonna lie, I love mrbeast. I think he's great. He seems like a great person. That statement was crazy. It was a crazy thing to say. But does he have a point? Well, in order to answer that question, let's delve into the psychology of charity. Why do we give? Why do people do charity? Strap in, lads, because this one is a bit of a rabbit hole. So charity has been around in pretty much every major religion since recorded history. You know, the ancient Greeks, Jewish people, Christians, Muslims, pretty much every religion requires you to do nice things for those in need. And it appears to be a relatively unique characteristic within humans. If you look at the animal kingdom, it's pretty brutal. You know, if you've got a gammy leg and you're slowing down the pack, I'm sorry to say, mate, I'm not pointing a camera at you and giving you $100 and a haircut. I'm going to leave you to die. But that's not always true. There are some animals that do show empathy for those in need. There's the bat. If Barry's had a great day out and he's got tons of blood, he's been drinking it, but then he sees Pete and Pete's looking anemic, he hasn't had a drop of blood all day, Barry might actually donate some of the blood over to Pete. Very nice. Bats. Who'd have guessed it? But generally speaking, it's pretty unique to humans. So one of the theories as to why we do
How do they donate blood? I'm confused.
Is called the social exchange theory. And this is the idea that social behavior is often this kind of exchange. You know, it's like Settlers of Catan.
Okay, so I've only got this Don Quixote card left, so I guess I'll play that.
Zach wins the game.
What?
Or go into Varrock Bank on World 2. We weigh up the balance of whether I do something good for someone, does that give me more good in return? And if that balance is in your favor, typically people will do charitable things. There's also a concept called psychological egoism. That is basically that everything we do is inherently selfish. The only reason we do anything nice is because it makes us feel good. Or maybe I'm a terrible person. I know I'm a terrible person. I just killed someone.
Transactional method,
so I might
I
do
guess.
some charitable acts to relieve the feelings of guilt that I carry around with me all day. Or it might just give me some feeling of personal satisfaction. I feel good, and so therefore it's still selfish because it's about me more so than someone else. But the last view we're going to look at is the empathy altruism hypothesis. This one's a nice one. So if the last one's made you feel bad, you can go with this one. Which is that when we empathize with someone, when we feel and see their suffering, we are much more likely to want to help them. If you're staring into the crying eyes of a poor child while you're eating a massive Big Mac, that strange feeling that happens is called empathy. So all these different theories can kind of explain why we do charity and why it is I'm far less likely to give 20p to the African goat crisis when I'm using my credit card than I am giving 10 or 20 pounds to a homeless man when I'm drunk on a Friday night. So as we absorb all of that information, we can now move on to 2020. With the second wave of homeless content. The old school social experiment YouTube style of content and homeless content was kind of dying on YouTube. However, the second wave would come with the rise of short form content. As TikTok, Reels, YouTube Shorts started popping off, we would see creators like Jimmy Darts.
I got a gift for you, Alvin. $500.
Good Lord be with you.
An MD motivator.
Got a buck, would you give it to me? Yeah. Why would you help me? Because it's the right thing to do, man. At $1,000. Oh, fuck.
Canadian. Oh, hell no.
Well, these guys, instead of just one-off homeless videos that were filmed from afar, they had now made entire channels by walking around with a GoPro strapped to their chest, looking to do nice things for people. Hey man, can I get a dollar?
Business
Yes, man, I only got the one, but you can have it. Oh, thanks, man. I don't need this dollar though. Here. Have $500. Cue sad music. Why'd you do it, man? Well, you know, life is struggling. Everyone's struggling. We all gotta try to help each other out, man. That's beautiful, man. You're a great guy. End scene. And that's pretty much all of them. They're the same. But look, I much prefer these style of videos than the others. The creator actually takes a backseat in these videos. It isn't all about them doing something nice. The camera is only on the homeless person, or it's not always homeless people. Sometimes it's just people down on their luck. These videos actually give
Why they making big demo?
you an
What
opportunity
the?
to empathize and hear the person's story, understand homelessness, understand why they got in that situation. And I can't lie, every time they come up on my damn shorts when I'm meant to be working, I can't help but smile and feel really good.
Thank you.
Maybe I can look back and bless people like you bless me, bro. Love you, bro. That's all it's about.
And when you listen to Jimmy Darts and MD Motivator when they talk in podcasts,
I want to truly bring heaven to earth. I want to bring revival to people. No matter what religion they are, no matter what they believe, no matter what they've done, I want them to be so radically loved that they literally see Jesus with open arms trying to give them a hug.
Coolest thing you said, but people come up to me like in Windsor or anywhere. It could be an 8-year-old kid or an 80-year-old, black, could be white, could be Asian. In fact, it impacts people everywhere. Not even my language or just it's mind-boggling to me.
Okay.
And you have to ask yourself the question, why is it wrong to benefit from helping people? I know just inherently we feel it's wrong, but why is it wrong? If at the end of the day you can go full-time as a creator, giving people money and helping people, and doing this as content is enabling you
Yeah, I don't think homeless people care about having money.
do that full-time. Loads of people are receiving money that might help them. Maybe they've missed rent or something like that and they need that money. And perhaps it makes people think about giving money to charity or giving money to a homeless person. And so all of that sounds really great. But there is one final kicker, and that is, does this style of charity actually help people? To answer that, we need to go back to the very first wave of homeless content
sometimes.
and go through some of the darker moments. Starting off with Josh Paler-Lynn.
What happens if you give a homeless guy $100?
When you give homeless people money, do you ever wonder how they spent it?
Could this video be too good to be true?
This isn't right. It's all a scam.
I was there. They didn't follow him. They drove him there.
Well, since the heartwarming video appeared last week, it's been watched nearly 30 million times.
Tragic ending to this viral video.
Kenny Nickel was found in an alley, dead.
I'm gonna show the tail off of it.
The story is not what it appears.
There's plenty of videos you can watch on that, I'll link them below. There was another very similar story with Magic of Rahat. Magic of Rahat, again, was a very big YouTuber back in the day. He went on to inspire people like MrBeast.
And magic guy.
And he dropped this video where he gave $1,000 to a homeless person.
I do have this winning lottery ticket.
That's cool, my friend.
They head for a nearby deli to cash in the ticket. As the clerk counts out 10 hundreds,
I want to share it, my friend.
Rahat set up a fundraising site for Eric.
The fundraiser that Rahat set up for Eric
64K.
totaled just over $60,000.
But in order to give this money to Eric, who was the homeless person, Magic of Rahat had a few conditions. After Eric failed to meet these conditions, they had disputes over the money. Apparently, Eric was
Magic of Rahat wants money or something.
spending it on fancy clothes and
there's some legal paper or something.
limousine rides where he didn't even have a job. And Magic of Rahat's YouTube career was completely destroyed over this because Eric made all these allegations that he was withholding the money from him, blah blah blah. Again, there's another video on it, and it turned out years later that he disappeared because he went into a deep depression. He was being completely witch hunted by the internet. Eric was harassing him. He showed that he gave all the money to Eric, and effectively what happened in this situation is that Magic of Rahat had become this guy's dad in a way. But because of this video and all the money, he didn't want the guy to go and spend it stupidly and maybe end up killing himself by accident. So he had been forced into this position that he wasn't equipped to do. And this leads us on to a very hard truth. And that is that very often,
I guess money is not everything.
in many situations of homelessness,
You can manage it properly.
giving an individual homeless person a massive wad of cash probably isn't going to fix all of the problems in their life, and probably will make things worse. Look, the reasons for homelessness is I'm not going to be able to cover it in this video. These YouTubers aren't going to end homelessness, and that isn't their duty. No one should expect that of them, and these acts of kindness are great, and they should keep doing them. And you can see that Jimmy Darts is aware of this problem. That's why he tends to limit it to about $500 that he gives. And it's a good thing. Like, it gives them a small bit of help in the short term. It's not going to transform their life. But the real benefit to these types of videos is raising awareness for these people and telling their stories. So what I, just a random YouTuber from England, thinks that we should do with this style of content is have legitimate charities try and back these creators. These creators tend to receive lots of money through their fans, through donations, which they will give to homeless people. But if maybe a charity teamed up with these creators and maybe a fraction of it went to the charity is going to be far better equipped to try and tackle some of the deeper issues when it comes to homeless people. But I'll be curious to hear your opinions on this topic in the comments.
Evidently, most of the people who own it immediately goes down to depression and goes bankrupt. I guess I'm a little bit now.